Hi, welcome to the Wellness Project. This practice is going to start seated and then we'll come to standing. The focus is about reconnection, and that could be with self and also with nature. So bring to mind some qualities of self-compassion, and you can even place your hands at or on your heart or just in front of your heart to really reconnect and reattune with your heart. This is what's keeping us alive. So finding those qualities of self-compassion. Now, for example, you might be wondering, what is the quality of self-compassion? Joy, peace, forgiveness, grace. So bring one or many of those qualities into your mind and find yourself in your seat. And we're really going to work on bringing these qualities into the body. So bringing cognition into the body so that we can then embody these qualities. And when you feel ready to begin, as we inhale, we'll take our hands out to the side. So as you inhale, express those qualities. And then as you exhale, bring your hands, placing one hand in front of your heart. And then inhale, open up, feel that across your shoulder blades and across your collarbones. And then as you exhale, then switch the cross of which hand is in front. And continue on following your natural breath. And now as you continue doing this, with every exhale, begin to feel your abdomen condensing. And with every inhale, find a length. So as we inhale, we want to find that expansion across the chest and the shoulder blades in the back. And as we exhale, we want to find that condensing from the navel to the pubic bone. One more like this. Again, you're following your breath, so you don't have to be matching my movements and my breath. This next one, we'll place our knuckles. Hands are in soft knuckles, and then we'll place this, again, right in front of your heart center, sitting up nice and tall. This time we're going to use our gaze as we extend and open up. So I'm demonstrating this really slowly the first time, so go ahead and watch, and then you'll begin on your own when you're ready. So I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to extend through my palms as we were doing, but I'm going to extend through each finger, starting with the thumb out to the pinky, and my gaze follows. Then when I'm ready to exhale, I start at the pinky and I bring each finger back into that soft fist, finishing with the thumb and then ending the exhale as the backs of the knuckles touch again at the center. And then we'll switch sides. So when you inhale, you extend from thumb through each of the fingers. And then when you're ready to exhale, we start with the pinky and then each of the fingers and the thumb come back to center. So it might feel a little herky-jerky in the beginning, but once you get the breath and movement linking, pause, and then begin the exhale. So I also want you to notice not just the movement, but I also want you to begin to notice the pause before you begin your exhale. I'm using our gaze here on our fingers to add more of that meditative quality, that meditative mindset. One more time in each direction, following your breath. Pause in the center for a moment and just reflect for a second on what was easy for you in that and what may have been a little more challenging for you in that. The next thing we'll be doing, we place one hand at the heart. We'll take the other hand at our side. We'll inhale and make a bicep curl. Again, we're going to follow with our gaze. So inhale, bicep curl. Exhale and extend the fingers and follow your gaze so that you're stretching the back of your neck. So we inhale, lift the hand, come into that bicep curl. exhale, expand through the fingers and through the back of the neck. You can do that 2 or 3 or 4 times, just following your breath. Again, pausing at the end of the exhale before the next inhale. It's just a slight pause. After you've done a few on that side, bring the other hand across your chest. It's resting there. Again, we're bringing that quality that you thought of at the beginning. We're embodying that quality, bringing it into our body. It's like a blessing. So when you're ready to begin, you'll inhale by making the bicep curl, and exhale, expand through the fingers, lengthen through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the chin, and then exhale, expand the fingers and lower the chin towards the hand. One more time here. And bringing both hands back to your heart center. And just notice any sensations. Maybe one side of your neck feels different than the other side. That's probably true for most people. Just giving a second here to notice what that felt like for you. And then we'll shake the hands out. So just shake the hands out. And then rest your hands at your knees. And now we're going to do some spinal extension, spinal lengthening and flexion. So when you're ready to inhale, slide your hands to the top of your thighs, extend through your spine. So squeeze the elbows towards your back, spinal lengthen, and then exhale, drag your hands to the front of your knees and round through your spine, spinal flexion. And again, use your breath here. So inhale, expand, open up. Doesn't have to be aggressive, but allow yourself to open up and feel that across your chest by squeezing your elbows. And then exhale, coming into that rounding sensation. Hollow out the navel. So 2 or 3 or 4 of these, following your breath. See if you can articulate the spine each time you do this movement. And when you're ready, you feel complete there, come back to center. And this time, we're gonna lift both arms overhead. So just lifting up. Now, if there's too much tension, you would stay in like a cactus position like this. If it feels okay, you would extend. And if it feels really nice, you can reach from side to side. So really open up through those arms and the waist. So just reaching from side to side. You can even look up like you're reaching for something here. From side to side. And again, if it's too much, then you just lower the amount that you're doing. This time, extend both arms up any amount. Reach for it. If it feels good to you, reach and get long in your spine. And then exhale, drop your arms down. And if you like that, do that again. So inhale, float those hands up, reach, feel that energy through your fingertips, through your elbows, reach up. And when you're ready, exhale and drop it out. And again, shake out the hands a few times. From here, we're going to do a bit of a twist, a gentle twist. So you'll place one hand at your heart as you extend the other hand down at your side, and then switching back and forth. So we'll inhale, placing one hand at the heart as we exhale the other hand. So this is sort of a gentle twist. You can always add on more if you like, but know that this is a focus of self-compassion. So we don't need to crank things around or go for something that would be more aggressive. We're just here to really feel and explore our breath in these different postures. And place both hands at your heart. Pause for a moment. Soften the gaze, or you can close your eyes. Again, reattune with your breath. And when you're ready, if the eyes were closed, softly put them open. And now we're going to be coming to standing. Okay, so now we're in standing. I moved my chair out of the way, but if you really struggle with balance, you may want to have it nearby. We will be doing one balancing posture. For right now, come to mountain pose. So when we're in nature, we're allowing the earth to support us. So just like a mountain, we're going to find our foundation. So our foundation here is our feet. So we're going to press through the heels and the balls of the feet and lift the toes. So the heels and the balls of the feet are pressing down into the floor, but maybe you could imagine that they're pressing down into the earth and finding roots. And then the toes just kind of lift. One of my teachers said that they were like our cat's whiskers. So we just lift and then we lower the toes lightly. We don't grip the toes. So from there, imagine with all this grounding and rooting happening, that our legs actually support us, but they can lift up. So our feet are pressing down. So you can imagine that your feet are pressing down, and that gives your legs the energy to lift up internally. So feel your legs lifting you up, giving you that length. And the same thing is happening with the spine. The base of the spine can lengthen down as the middle and the upper spine can lift up. The crown of the head is just resting on the shoulders. Now I'm standing with my feet perhaps hip distance apart because I prefer that. It feels better in my body. It feels better to have my feet separated. In some bodies, you might prefer to have your big toes touching. So do what feels right in your body. Give yourself permission to separate your feet if it feels better in your body, or to bring those feet together. Now with our hands, we can either, I started to do it, so I want to say, we could either place our hands right in front of our chest, right here at the heart center, and reconnect with that quality, bringing that quality that you chose at the beginning back into your mind. Or you can leave your hands by your side. Sometimes I even like to open my palms by rotating my palms outward. And again, our gaze is going to be forward. So we're looking forward, wherever that is for you. Establishing yourself in presence. That is the purpose, I believe, for mountain pose. Establishing yourself, reattuning, find your breath. So with all this energy that's happening in your body, and you might even start to feel some energy in your palms, noticing if there's tingling sensations in your palms. That's your prana, that's your energy, that's your life force. Now using all this energy that you've created, strength and balance, we're going to come into a balancing pose. And there's many ways to do this. I'll just give you some options. So I'm going to find myself rooted on one side so that I can start to lift up onto the toes of the other side. Now, I could start with my hands on my hips. So when I start with my hands on my hips, I'm going to press my hands into my hip bones and feel that energy coming into the body, lifting me up, so that I can then lift my toes up off the floor. If at any time I lose my balance, I just place that foot back down. No big deal. And then I re-engage, summon up all that energy from mountain pose to allow me to lift my foot up off the floor. And then there's options with the hands. You can lift your hands out to the sides. You can place your palms together at your heart. With this lifted foot, you can either leave it there, or you might want to find contact with the standing leg. So I'm going for just below my knee, right at my shin, because that feels most accessible to me. And remember, we're practicing self-compassion. And then from there, if you want to grow your tree, you could start to lift up. And maybe you expand out, reaching your arms out. And if you start to sway, allow your tree to sway. What kind of tree are you? Bring your favorite tree into your mind. And as the breeze comes, let those leaves move around. Allow yourself to have some fun with it. And when you feel satisfied with wherever you are, bring yourself out of that position with some grace. And if you fell and you had to come back in, that's also graceful too. And then pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. There's probably a difference between the two sides. Yes, we're going to do the other side, but just pause for a moment in between. And if you need to move around, shake things out a little bit. Now you know what's coming, so now you know what's needed. So reattune, find your mountain pose, move anything that may have gotten in the way, little hairs. I like to start with my hands on my hips because I can really then focus on using that internal energy source to help me with my balance. So I'm getting rooted on the other foot now so that I can pick up the opposite foot. And then from there, it's just a personal journey. So you could leave this foot hanging in space if that feels nice for you, or you could attach it. So if you attach it, then you're pressing that foot into the standing leg, and imagine that the standing leg can press back into the foot. So find that connection if that feels more comfortable or accessible for you. If it doesn't and you prefer to leave it in front, do you. These are just options. No, but play around with it and notice what feels different, what feels more accessible, what feels more challenging. And then with your hands, sometimes placing the palms of the hands together also gives us that sense of connection, the two sides coming together. And then using that energy to lift you up if you like. And then you can do the swaying thing. It challenges your balance a little bit. It's kind of fun just to play around. And because we were so connected and focused on our roots to begin with, I'm hopeful that you're finding some balance in this position. Allow yourself to breathe naturally here. And then whenever you're ready, stepping out, pausing, or going straight into shaking things out. Shake your hands, shake your legs, or pausing, whatever feels right for you. And when you're ready, we're going to go into a bit of a vinyasa. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see from the side view. We're going to start by inhaling the arms up and then dropping one arm to the side and doing a bit of a side stretch. So we'll exhale here in this side stretch. Inhale, the other hand comes up, and exhale to the other side, side lean. Now it's not huge, but side lean a little so you feel that. And then inhale, bring that arm up. Now float the arms down as you exhale. Float the arms down. Softly bend the knees and float the hands back up. And this time when we exhale, we're going to come into a forward fold, swing the arms up and around, and come into a forward fold that respects your body. So that might be in sort of a, almost like a catcher stance. You might come all the way to the floor. You might be able to grab your toes with your first two fingers. Allow your head to release, and wherever your forward fold leads for you. And we'll do this a few times, so you might start a little bit higher up, and then eventually you might go further. It doesn't matter, just allow your head to be relaxed. When we come up, we're gonna inhale in 3 parts. So like a bird with a wingspan, we're gonna inhale 1/3, inhale 2/3, and then inhale all the way up, and then we'll begin again. So we'll exhale, side lean, inhale, exhale, side lean, inhale, exhale, soften the hands, bend the knees, inhale, and then we're gonna exhale, come into that forward fold, swing up and over, Release your head, enjoy a forward fold. And then when you're ready to inhale, it's 1/3, 2/3, and all the way up. Let's do it again. Exhale, side lean. Inhale. Exhale, the other side. Inhale. Soften the arms. Exhale. Inhale. Soften the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Swing the arms up and around. Enjoy the forward fold, releasing the head, even belly to the thighs. Just release there. And then when you inhale, it's 1/3, 2/3, all the way up. One more time, following your breath, your movement. Just enjoy how this feels in your body. Soften your knees before you do your forward fold. Inhale, 1/3 up, 2/3 up, all the way. And then this time, just exhale the hands down your body. And pause. Now we'll go back into another bird for us to practice, eagle pose. But we're gonna build slowly into eagle pose. So that's where we're going, and we're going to get there through a progression so that you have the opportunity to decide what feels good. Where do I wanna linger a little bit? Where do I wanna explore? Maybe I wanna challenge myself. Maybe I don't. So it's really a personal practice then. So finding that balance again, picking up one foot and crossing it over. Now you can start here with toes or ball of the foot that's crossed over and stay there. You can stay there the whole time. We'll stay there for right now. We'll inhale the opposite hand all the way up, or if you're dealing with shoulder stuff, you could stay here. And then the other hand will go across our body. So it's either at the shoulder height or this top hand can reach over. You can either look towards this bottom hand. This bottom hand is kind of pushing away, and then the top hand is reaching. Or you can take your gaze to the top hand. You could connect your first finger and thumb in that mudra. And then we'll come out of this and we will cross our arms and give ourselves a hug. So as I'm hugging myself, I'm gonna creep my fingers around and find my shoulder blades. I'm gonna creep my fingers around those shoulder blades and pause here. If that feels nice, you stay. You could also come into a bit of a squat and stay there. Now find a focal point. If you're gonna keep progressing this into the eagle pose, find a focal point. If you like, you can start to take the backs of the hands to touch, or even double wrap and then the palms touch. From there, you might want to place that first thumb right in the center of your eyes. So in the center of your forehead, right between the eyes. And then if you feel so inclined to balance, you can lift off these other toes. They can wrap around, or if that's not going to happen today, they just lift. Soften the roof of your mouth. Taking your awareness to that place in the center of your forehead and the center of your brain. To come out, set those toes back down, ball of the foot, unwind and expand out, and then step these toes away. Now pause here in a 5-pointed star. So take up a lot of space. Feel your back supporting you. Feel your heart being open to what's in front of you. Find your length and your strength. Lift your chin off your chest and then shake everything out. So release, shake everything out. And then we'll go to the other side. So starting with hands on hips, crossing the other foot now. Again, that ball of the foot is on the floor. And from there, we'll extend the top arm overhead or across the body, wherever it feels accessible. And then the other hand is pushing away. And then your gaze can either be down towards the bottom hand or up towards the top hand. You can connect, Jnana Mudra. Reattune with your breath in each movement. And then crossing your arms, give yourself a hug. So now it's the opposite arm, hopefully on top. If it's not, make sure you're doing the other side. Come into a squat here. If you like this position, just stay there. Otherwise, you can bring backs of the hands together or palms to touch. Maybe take that thumb that's in front right into the center of your forehead. And then if you feel so balanced, you could lift your toes up, go for it. If it doesn't work out, know the floor is very close and you can just set those toes down. So soften internally, even though your body structurally is very strong right now. Bring some softness to your mindset. When you're ready to release, open the arms up. Get that wide wingspan. Wide wingspan. Find your freedom. And then release your arms down by your sides. So those are our standing postures. Now we're going to come back to our seat for some pranayama breath work. So now we're back in our seat for some breath practice. So you want to make sure that you are supported in your seat so that you have a lifted spine, nothing overarching, but just lift in your spine. And your feet ideally will be on the floor, and if they can't touch the floor for whatever reason, the chair that you're using, then you could slide something like a blanket or a pillow or something underneath your feet so that your feet are touching something. So for this practice, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes or at least cast your eyes downward. So when we reduce the sensory input, we're able to practice interoception, going inward. So start by noticing your breath wherever it feels most accessible and easy for you. For some people that might be noticing the nostrils, noticing the breath as it enters and exits through the nose. For some people that might be around the chest area. And for some people it might be at the belly. And now I'm going to guide you through a little bit of breath awareness in the body. So we practiced creating and attuning to prana, and now we're going to really attune to that just by noticing breath and body. So as you inhale, imagine your breath going down, traveling down the length of your spine and your legs down to your toes. And on an exhale, imagine the breath traveling up the body from the toes to the crown of the head. As you inhale, follow the breath as it travels down the front of your body, softening the front of your body. And as you exhale, imagine the breath traveling up through the back body, finding that length and strength. It's the length and strength of the back body that allows the front body to soften. Feel your body breathing 360 degrees around your entire body. So creating this field of energy around you and supporting you. Allow the breath to support you. Notice the slight pause at the end of your exhale. Nothing to force, nothing to count, just notice that slight pause. Notice any changes in your breathing. And maybe notice any changes in your mindset. So our breath can be a tool for safety if we practice with self-compassion, curiosity, and gentle awareness. Now in your mind's eye, we're going to practice the Nadi Shodhana breath, but we're not going to use our hands. We're going to imagine that this is happening for our body. So we're going to practice alternate nostril breathing, but it's going to be using our mind's eye that it's happening in our body. So I'll walk you through it, and then I will be silent as you continue to practice this in your mind's eye. So we're going to inhale through both nostrils, of course. We're going to exhale and imagine exhaling only through the left. Then imagine inhaling only through the left. Exhale only through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Now continue on. Each time you inhale, imagine that inhale rises to that place right between your eyes, right at the center of your forehead and the middle of your brain. Each time you exhale, imagine that side that you're exhaling on releasing. And when you inhale, draw that energy up, allow it to come to the center of your forehead, the middle of your brain, and then you exhale, release it on the opposite side. The next time you finish your exhale on the left side, inhale to center and then exhale both sides. So full body exhale. Full body inhale through both sides and exhale. And then one more time, allowing this prana to expand all around your body. Now rub your palms together, and we're going to practice Bhramari breathing. We're going to place our hands in 3 different areas of our body, or just in front. So we're going to start with our hands at our chest. So right here, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to make the sound, and it'll be a higher or mid pitch here. And then we'll rub our hands and we'll place them around our rib cage, and we'll make a mid sound of and then we'll rub our hands together and we'll place our hands at our low belly, and we'll make a lower pitch of All right, so this is for you to close out your practice. Rub your hands together. Gather up all this great pranic energy that we've created. Place your hands right at your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, rub your hands together. Place your hands at your rib cage. Inhale. Exhale. Rub your palms together. Place your hands at your low belly. Inhale. Exhale. For this last time, we'll rub our palms together. Cover the eyes, palm the eyes. Inhale, and one more time, take an on your exhale. When you're ready, softly blink the eyes into your palms. Receive your healing touch. Receive this as self-compassion. And then slowly lower the palms and lift your gaze. Thank you for taking the time to do this practice. I hope you return to it again and again, because the more you do it, the more difference you make out in the world. Be well.